Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And as you guys can probably tell, today we'll be doing a review on the Class 14 by Heljan, and it was specially made for Hatton's Model Railways. A little quick backstory behind this loco. I did buy it about 3 months ago with a DJ Models Austerity Hurricane, but they were both damaged, so I had to send them back. And when I asked Hatton, obviously before I sent it back, I was like, "Can I have? Do you have replacements for the models?" And they said yes. So I sent it off, and they didn't have any, so I couldn't even get my models back from them to just send them off to get repaired. But no, so I lost out, and my best mate came over last week and basically said that he found one of one of these 14s, and I looked everywhere and just could not find one at all. So he found it and bought it me without me. So a massive thank you to him, and give him a shout out because he is on YouTube as well doing model railway videos, but he does mainline stuff. So if you're into that section, I recommend his videos, but if you're into heritage, I reckon my videos. So massive thank you to him. So a little shout out for him. He is Witch Junction, so go and hook him up if you're into mainline stuff. So the box, so as you can tell, it's just the Heljan standard ice cube packaging. So we come around to this side, you've got a nice little detailed picture to Class 14 there, and the other side you got nothing on this side. Come around this side, so you got 14101 Class 14 D9537 BR Desert Sand, and it does have a nickname. It is called Eric. So, a little story. I joined the Dean Forest Railway in 2012 as a volunteer, so I was about 12. And when I was about 12, 13, this exact loco actually came and visited us for a diesel gala. And it was the first locomotive I ever second-manned, and it was the first ever locomotive I had a cab ride in. And I've actually got a picture of this very loco with me stood right there with Mike, who was the driver of that day, in the cab window while I stood in there at an orchard. So it's a very personal loco to me. Absolutely exquisite. It was absolutely a beautiful loco. It just been fresh out the paint shop and being fixed, and it was the first railway since its overhaul, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And this BR Desert Sand really does suit it. So we put her to one side, and her ice. So what have we got in the box? So if I put the box down to one side a second. So we have train reporting numbers. But if you remember from the start of the video, ours was 14101. So you got 1403, 1404, 1405, 1406, and 1407. There's no 1401. So, but even though it hasn't got the head codes for my model on here, but the plan is the train that I second-manned had a head code. I just need to go through all my old photos and find out what that head code was, and I'm going to actually replicate the head code for that day, just to add that personal touch to the model. So that should be very nice. So these just stick on, or you could actually take model apart and put them on the inside, what do look a lot better, but it's very, very tricky to do so. So you got that, was very nice. But then you also have a little instruction sheet, information sheet, and a thank you type thing. So you got a bit about, so you got class 14, it's just, thank you for purchasing this Hatton's model of a class 14 locomotive. This highly detailed replica will give you years of pleasure and reliable operation if it is handled with care and regularly serviced. Just saying it's double O gauge, and it's got a 3-pole motor and a chassis, die-cast chassis, ensure a heavy haulage capacity will meet most modelers' demands. It's basically just a little Gumpy sheet, so if I hold it there, you guys can have a read if you want to pause the video, because I know most people like to do that. Coming round to the other side, we've got a bit about the class 14s here. So we got designation is class 14, number series is D9500, D9535. So the two locos our own 14s we have at the railway. Oh, sorry guys, I'm yawning a little bit. I did a night shift last night, so I'm struggling a little bit. So you got D9500, D9535. So D9535 we have at the Dean Forest Railway. And we also have D9521. They were built by BR Swindon. The weight is 50 tonnes, Paxman 6YJXL engine. Transmission is hydraulic and the max speed was 40 miles per hour. BR Swindon Class 14 diesel hydraulic locomotive history. The Class 14 was doomed almost before they turned a wheel. In service for the BR, their design remit was for shunting locomotives capable of undertaking trip and branch line freight duties. Unfortunately, this type of work was already disappearing from the BR network as more freight traffic was being lost to road haulers. Swindon built these locos, which eventually became known as teddy bears, to a conventional style of construction featuring two main plate frames with deep buffer beams at each end. The Paxman engine, producing 650 horsepower, was coupled to Voith transmission with drive-through jackshaft cranks, two outside coupling rods. Originally intended for work on the western region of BR, lack of traffic meant employment was soon sought elsewhere. And they did find some work on the eastern based at Hull. However, their lives were embracingly short, with all 55 locos withdrawn from service within 5 years of the delivery of the first loco, D9500. The entire service lives on BR only lasted from July 1964 until April 1969. However, the story does not end there, as many were sold for further use with industrial customers, the National Coal Board, and particularly at Ashington Colliery, and British Steel at Corby. Were happy to purchase almost new machines which were ideally suited for the sort of work they intended for them. Even today, with their industrial lives over, they continue to provide an important role on some of today's preserved railways. This model has been produced exclusively for Hattons of Liverpool. Heljan UK would like to thank Barrow Hill Roundhouse, and in particular Mervyn Alcock, for his help during the development of this model. So as you can see there, it did say about sorry guys, I'm yawning like hell. They said about obviously going to different collieries. Well, we had a couple working on the Dean Forest Railway when it was still part of the main line as the branch. So the 7Y branch line, or whatever it was called. My brain isn't really in gear today. I'm absolutely shattered. So then we have an exploded diagram with all the parts. So if you lose something or break something, you can just reorder it. Yeah, you got 4 pictures of how to take the locomotive apart and get to the engine and whatnot, but it's rather hard and that makes it look easy. So there's that. So I've had 10 minutes of talking, so let's get into the model itself. Okay, so here she is. Okay, as you guys, you're probably wondering, oh, is there any detail packs? Yes, there is detail packs, but it's already been applied to the model. So if we just take this apart, get her out. Lower my tripod. Okay. So, here she is, and the first thing you do notice is she is rather heavy. What is always a good sign. You've got this absolutely beautiful desert sand livery, what I do really think suits these this class of locomotive. Absolutely. I don't know what it is, but I really do like this livery. It's absolutely exquisite. So you got this beautiful desert sand colour. Got these the correct number plate there, and the crest. In real life, these are actual plates on, they're not just transfers, but these are just transfers. It's a shame they didn't make etch plates for these, because that would have finished the model off. But if you go over it with your finger, you can feel a bit of like height difference. What is nice, but it would have been that would have topped it off if it was etched. Maybe you can get them etched. Maybe you might. I don't know about. You probably would be able to get the nameplate etched, but the crest, I'm not too sure. If you could, that would finish this model off completely. So obviously you got your builder's plate and shed plate down here. You got this lovely detail underneath. So the detail pack comes with all of these brake blocks and sand boxes and the brake rodding underneath. What is so fun to put on. The sarcasm in my voice there. So you do have all this beautiful engine doors and walkway detail. Don't know if the camera can pick it up with the corrugated sheets for the walkways. You do have a see-through fan grille there. You've got your exhauster, you got all your lifting points and whatnot. Just get my camera to focus there. Doesn't want to focus. You gonna focus today? There we go. So you can see all your lifting points for the plates on top. It's very, very nice. You do have some pipe detail and loads of separately fit handrails everywhere, so you've got to be careful when lifting up this model. So I'm just going to place it down because my camera really doesn't like close up. You do have detail in the cab. Coming around to this side of the model, you do have sprung buffers, NEM coupling and pipe work on the buffer beams there. So if I lift it up, you can see all the detail. There you go. See all the you have directional lighting as well that do work, and the head code part lights up. Around to this side, you've got this lovely grille, separately fitted handrails on the doors, windscreen wipers. There is one missing, just due to delivery and stuff, but that doesn't really matter to me. Then you got the door handles, what's very nice. I'm getting electrocuted off my own track here. Then you got your small part of the small end, what we call the B end. You got all the stuff on there, as you guys can see, directional lighting, sprung buffers and NEM couplings this side. Coming to the roof of the model, of the cab, you got all this lovely riveting work and your lifting points. Why doesn't my camera not want to focus today? So there you go. So let's get her on the track and see how she runs. Okay, so I've got her on the track now. Looking absolutely exquisite. Just get the I'm just going to quickly put a light on because it is getting rather dark in here. Don't know if this will help. That just casts a shadow really, doesn't it? Unless I put it over here just to kind of light up the room a little bit. Sorry about this, guys. I really don't know what's going on here. Oh, there's a little bit of a shadow there. Oh, screw it, leave it off. Okay, let's see how she runs. Okay, well that's not meant to happen. She didn't like that. As you can see, that little driving thing doesn't really like playing sometimes. Like if you're picking a model up and you move one of the rods, it will come out of place and it doesn't like it. So you gotta be a bit careful when handling this model. So as you can see there, you can see the directional lighting and the head codes lighting up. And the rear lighting. And she does crawl very, very smoothly. So if we just stop her there for a second. Give her a little train to pull. Okay, so we bring her back. Nice and slowly. As you guys can see, I got a couple of plasters on my my board as I'm a first aider. I sorted my first aid kit out the other day. Okay, let's take her away. This 14 does look looks nice with anything you put behind her. So I've got a brake of 5 coaches on. So I've got a saloon and just some maroon coaches, Mark 1s, behind her. I don't know if you guys can hear that, she does make a little ticking noise. But it's very nice. As you see, I've got Wilbur over there with some local wagons. So I will try to make a kind of a special Dean Forest Railway video, because I do have a handful of locomotives that have either visited the Dean Forest Railway or are based at the Dean Forest Railway. So I might make a little themed video of that, of just Dean Forest Railway locomotives running on the layout. There are plans to get some more, or convert engines into the ones that are at the railway. So I'm just going to get Wilbert running as well, just for a bit of interest, with the Dean Forest Railway local coal train. Let's see if Wilbert wants to run today. Let's get it down here, get it down nice and low. So this is where the canal river type thing is going to be. It's a very nice view for filming from as well. My camera really doesn't like to focus today. Got my halo lamp in the background there. Nice coal train. Very, very nice indeed. So, what do I rate this model? So, packaging, I rate it a 10 out of 10. It is nice packaging, nice and easy to use. The loco itself, probably a 9 out of 10. I would add a 10 out of 10 if it had the etch nameplates. What other ones do I do? Packaging. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I just need to find my little book. Wherever it's gone. I've lost what schools I do now, guys. I haven't got my book with me. 2 seconds. I don't actually know where it is. Where's my... Terribly sorry about this, guys. I've lost where my book is. Okay, so I don't actually know where my... I have like a book that I write down all my YouTube stuff in, and I'm not too sure where it's been put. So, performance of the loco I give an 8 because it does like to jam itself up. And the weight of the model is quite heavy, so I'd give this model an overall of an 8 out of 10. Do recommend you get one because they are really, really, really nice models. So there you have it. Okay guys, so there you have it. There's the review on the Class 14 BR Desert Sand D9537, aka Eric. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. If you have any questions about the model. And if you did enjoy this, please subscribe as well. Go and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this, and check out the other videos on the channel. And one last quick thing, and give a massive shout out to Glosswich Junction for purchasing this model for me as an early Christmas present. And go subscribe to him as well. He does mainline model railway stuff, so hook him up with his, go and have a look at his videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.